Manic Monday, everybody. We are back, moving the chains with this guy, Sammy, the man McIntyre. There's the logo. Hope we're doing well today. Manic Monday. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm recording this. We got the Lions-Ravens game in just a couple minutes, just in a little bit of time. Figured I'd hop on here. Got to talk about the games last night. Baker, Moneymaker, Mayfield, yet again. Got me feeling nicey. Woo! Let's go. Another game-winning drive. Got ice in his veins. Gamer, tough, chippy, you name it. Had some grudges yesterday after the game. That's all Baker. I love it. So, I watched the Giants-Chiefs game last night. I'll touch on that game. I want to touch on the Cowboys-Bears. One of my picks I got wrong this week. I'll take the L on that one. I just got to dive into that situation. And then the Jets-Buccaneers, which was one of my blazing 5 picks. But Tampa, won. So, that was just a crazy game. But let me start with this. So Chiefs won last night in a battle of something's got to give. Both teams 0-2. I had heard some rumors before the game started that it was a conspiracy theory, that the NFL didn't want the Chiefs to start 0-3. I don't know. I don't buy into that. So conspiracy theories, I buy. Others, I don't know. So watching the Giants last night, it is very relevant to me. This team is broken. This franchise is broken. The once proud New York Giants are just broken right now. And listen, them bringing in Russell Wilson was good in theory. Maybe get some veteran leadership, push Jackson Dart. I saw the pit. And you get him with Malik Neighbors that can throw the long ball. And I'm like, okay, wow. Okay, we got some. But man, through 3 weeks, it looks ugly. Last night was pitiful. I get the Giants' offensive line is kind of a pigsty right now. And it's a turnstile. And Andrew Thomas, you take him out of it, it's just kind of mismatch. But Russell Wilson is not what he is anymore. And it's just, you got to come face the facts. This is what happens in the NFL. Brady got old near the end. We saw it. Even though he defeated Father Time and played till he was 45. Okay, Brett Favre had a great second to last year in Minnesota. Then it eroded. Peyton Manning couldn't even throw anymore. His arm fell. So this happens. Guys age quickly. Some of them take care of their bodies. Some of them don't. I don't know. But Russell, that was a steep decline, man. And listen, he's always been kind of quirky. He's kind of Mr. Positivity and all that stuff. But I will say it's kind of gets annoying after a while. And Russ, yeah, he's kind of weird. He just kind of thought his shit don't stink when he got to Denver. And he tried to have his own office. And I always thought that fit with Sean Payton was weird. And I don't know. Listen, I've been a fan of Russell Wilson because he went to the Badgers, baby. But his time's done. And my dad's like, why would you pay him? He's over the hill, and I get it. But I kind of had a similar hope when they played the Cowboys, and I'll get to their defense in a second. Because it is just so bad, one of the worst I've ever seen in my life. It used to be the Doomsday defense. It's called the Dumbsday defense, according to Rex Ryan. I saw him go off today, and I'll get in that game in a little bit. But the Giants, to me, the headline I had for them today is Dart Time. It's Jackson Dart Time. Please put him in. Stop rotting this fan base that is just ready for some hope and some juice. I mean, they've been oohing and on about Jackson Dart in camp like they did with the Chiefs when they had Mahomes. So put him in. What are you risking? Yes, you're 0-3. But this is Brian Daboll's guy. Russell Wilson's not even Brian Daboll's guy. And this stems back to my core issue with the Giants. Their ownership, they have a good owner. Now, he's kind of, he kind of sits in the shadows. It's more the GM's fault. I look at Cleveland, I look at the Giants. They're the same team to me. Both have really good coaches. Coach of the years, Daboll and Stefanski. Both have really good offensive pieces. I like Jerry Jeudy for the Browns. I like Malik Neighbors for the Giants. They have some pieces I like. David Njoku. Cam Scatterbo looks like a stud. But their D-line's got some nice pieces. Obviously, the Browns have Myles Garrett. The Giants had that fearsome pass rush with Thibodeau, Sexy Dexy, Dexter Lawrence. You got Thibodeau, who I just mentioned, and then Brian Burns. So I feel like Giants and Cleveland, they're a quarterback away from me. And listen, I think the Giants have their guy in Jackson Dart because I watched enough of him in Ole Miss, and people say, well, he needs the reps, Sam. He needs the reps. No, that's bullshit. This guy's played 3 years in the SEC. Big boy football. Seen all the Georgia defensive NFL players. Seen Bama. Seen everybody's. So this is not, let's just patty cake, yay, let's just wait. No, go now. What are you waiting for? Like, Dayball and Shane need the win. And it's a shame because I like Dayball a lot, and I don't think it's all Dayball's fault, and I like the Mara family, and they've done good things. But this ownership, to me, stems back to you fired Tom Coughlin, you brought in Ben McAdoo, and you had a decent first year, and then we also what happened in the playoff game in the Green Bay, and it just went south, and ever since then it's been awful. But this isn't solely on the ownership to me. I feel like it's more on the general managers. You've had Dave Gettleman, as I call him, Gettle dumbass, because he didn't know what he was doing. And then you have Joe Shane, who seems like a nice guy, but he's in way over his head. Get rid of Saquon. It just, I don't know. Something seems off with the Giants. But I will say this, it's start time. Play the kid. Because the worst thing you could do is keep this kid saddled on the bench. Because Malik Neighbors is too damn talented and too damn gifted to have his career rotten because the Giants went out and got a washed-up Russell Wilson and brought in goofy Jameis Winston. But again, the Giants, I feel like they're there. They're right there. They need a quarterback. And I think Brian Daboll has his guy in Jackson Dart, who he loved and admired pre-draft. So go put him in, Giants. It's start time. So the Kansas City Chiefs won last night. I know Chase Mathis, a bunch of other people that I know, is happy about that. And it was a good win. Giants suck. I'm not going to get into that. That was one of my against the spread picks. Kansas City 6.5. They covered that pretty well. 22-9. I will give you that. However, and I think the other thing that I heard about this today was I think we're spoiled by the Chiefs offense because when Mahomes came in the league, it was a AAA assault attack offense. It was bombs away. It was fun. It was all this creative stuff. It was like greatest show on turf for this generation. It felt like that. Wide open, spread. It just was, it was awesome. And I fell for it. And listen, I love fun too. But now the Chiefs, last couple of years, have been kind of more like the Patriots dynasty. I was thinking about this tonight. When they were in their dynasty, Patriots were a great defensive team early, then they became an offensive juggernaut, then they became defensive near the end. Well, the Chiefs, like the opposite. They were offensive juggernaut, now they're defensive. So my thing is can the Chiefs get back to what their offense is? Yes. I heard Coward made this quote today. The Chief offense feels a lot like a pitcher, an old pitcher that's lost about 5 miles off his fastball. And that's fair. I agree with that. But I will put into context, they lost Xavier Worthy. They don't have Rashid Rice, who's a shitbird who got in that accident and the hit and run in Texas. And then, Travis Kelce's just old. And he's just getting old. Listen, I admire Travis Kelce. He's one of my favorite players. And I've seen him twice live kill my Raiders. But he's incredible. And there was not a moment in that game last night where I went, yep, Mahomes ain't going to do anything. He's not going to pull anything out. He did. And I've seen it twice live where he just rips my heart out, and he's done it again last night. Because the Giants had everything going. But the thing with the Giants is their defense on the field too long. What happens to your offense? It doesn't get right. And I feel like when I was hearing Chris Long today talk about the Texans, it's kind of how I feel with the Giants. They have this really good defense with a good front four and decent back end play, but yet where's the offensive productivity? You're getting false starts, you're getting penalties, all this stuff. It's not a good look for the Giants. But I want to get back to Kansas City. But Kansas City, to me, listen, they're still a good football team, and Andy Reid's one of the best coaches I've ever seen. But I will say this Kansas City Chiefs offense will get better, and they will start winning games. Now, this year, I think it's going to be like a wild card year. Win 10 games. He's not Saban where you're going to rattle off natties all the time, okay? Just not going to happen. So understand you're going to be a wild card team. Maybe you win this division. I don't know. You got a tough climb because Chargers right now are killing it. And they've had 3-0, first time since 2002. And now you have to go, now, we'll see. But Chargers win that division. I'm not sugarcoating it. They are. They've earned it. They deserve it. Long time coming. Herbert deserves it. So to put a bow on Kansas City, it was ugly. It was not pretty to watch. But I will say this, Kansas City got the win. They earned it. They deserved it. And bring it on the rest of the season, because I think Kansas City is going to be pretty good down the stretch. Once they get their guys back, it's going to be hard to watch offensively for a little bit. But it is getting the chill again. And I did laugh, just side piece note last night. It was funny. I'm not a big fan of the Taylor Swift thing. Travis Kelce, I'm kind of whatever. It's like Belichick and his girlfriend. Whatever. I don't get it, but whatever. I will say this. It was kind of funny when they had the Taylor cam on last night at the Giants game. And they switched it over to Lawrence Taylor instead of Taylor Swift, which was awesome. So I just want to throw that caveat. So just to recap, Giants start time, put Jackson Dart in, and the Chiefs, good, but we'll see what happens when all their offensive guys get back, because they will be better than what I'm seeing right now. So the game I wanted to touch on was Cowboys and Bears. God, that was ugly. And Stephen A. Smith is the ultimate troll when it comes to the Cowboys. I love watching Dallas lose last night. It was good. My dad's from Chicago. I was rooting for the Bears. For a part of me yesterday. Just to beat the Cowboys and get out of my misery. And Caleb played well yesterday. And I'm not disputing he didn't. But man, he had wide open yesterday. That was like arena football. That was like greatest show on turf shit, man. Guys were wide the hell open. And again, give Ben Johnson credit. He's a smart guy. This is what he did in Detroit. Got the run game going. They were balanced yesterday. That's another part of this. They were balanced. They ran the football. 28 passes, 29 runs. Balanced, efficient offense. In structure on the offense side of the ball. So finally you saw the fruition of the labor of Ben Johnson's offense come to fruition with the trick plays. With all that. He's really smart. But I said before, this is a tough ask for this guy to change his whole franchise overnight, because you still got cheap ownership. I don't love the GM. The McCaskies are run like a mom and pop shop from the 20s. It's a shit show. But they did win yesterday. They got the dub. They come to the Raiders, which I'm going to get to them on Wednesday, because I got a mouthful to say. And you guys will hear me out on Wednesday, because I just want to give you a sneak peek. But, because I always do my game day reactions. But Chicago looked good. And they really looked good, and they looked efficient and looked smart. And Caleb was playing in control yesterday. He still does some stuff, skipping balls in dirt I don't love. I don't know if it's anxiety. I don't know if it's whatever it is. But that's going to be Caleb. He's just going to have some of those moments. But be happy, Chicago, because you might beat the Raiders next week. I'm just pointing it out. If the Raiders come out playing like they did on Sunday, it's over. And then I got to go to Indy to go watch the Colts Raiders game with my dad, they better come out with their hair on fire and play with some fire. Because Colts ain't no scrub now. So, switching to the Cowboys. Listen, I like Dak Prescott. I'm a big Dak fan. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I think he's a B. But I like him enough that, he's kind of like Kirk Cousins with a better brand. That's what I kind of think he is. But yesterday was pretty bad. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, he's one of the best receivers in football. Losing him really hurt him. They just didn't go to anybody else the rest of the game. He is so Dak reliant. And listen, they had Amari Cooper a couple years ago with CeeDee Lamb to kind of complement it. They hadn't let him go. They gave Dak all that money, waited till the last minute. It is what it is. Even if you had Micah Parsons yesterday, this defense to me just doesn't fit. I saw a stat. They ran 87% of zone coverage yesterday. I mean, this secondary is getting torched. And maybe Trayvon Diggs is one of the best one-hit wonders in the NFL in my life. Because that 2021 year, I can't take my eyes off it. He had all those pick sixes. He was getting burned, but he would get picks, and he would take the ball away. I don't know. I really don't know with Trayvon. Kind of a knucklehead, like his brother. I don't know. But this defense is bad. It's not called the Doomsday defense with Randy White and those guys. It's called the Dumpsday defense. Because the Bears ran the ball 11 times, the same play, and they couldn't stop it. So maybe next time, bring a corner off the edge. Crash it down. Get some tackles in the backfield or something. It was awful. So, Dallas, listen, and I've said this before, and it's coming to fruition after that postgame presser by Jerry, which is just, it's really Al Davis. And it's so sad because Jerry, He's had a fun life. He's not dying, but I just, it's getting frustrating. So, I don't know with Dallas. Listen, they are 1-2. They should be 2-1. Should have beaten Philly, but is what it is. It's black and white business. We're not doing what ifs. But Dallas got to go back to drawing board. You better get this defense figured out. And I also think if you suck this year, you're going to get a top 5 pick and go get some players because you need defense bad. You need corners. You need secondary. You need it all. And I think you got to get rid of Matt Eberflus. Listen, maybe he's just not a good coordinator. I don't know. Because the whole Chicago thing, when he was there, keep everything in front of you. Don't let the big plays. They keep giving up chunks, man. I don't know. There's no pass rush. There's no consistency. I love Jack Sammer because he's a Badger guy, but it's just kind of mismatch. So, to cap that game off, Bears look good. I was impressed. But, again, it's the Cowboys, and they suck. So, last game but not least was my man Baker, money maker, Mayfield. Woo! Balled out again yesterday. Had a game-winning drive 3 weeks in a row. It does concern me that Tampa Bay keeps getting in these binds. When you got a guy like Baker Mayfield, a stone-cold killer that comes in through the clutch, you got a guy. And I will say this. Emeka Mbuka, that guy, my dad goes, is he good? I was like, yeah. The guy's going to catch 80 balls a year from the rest of his career. He's that good. Hell of a player, grinder, hardest worker on your team. This guy's somebody you want. And listen, the Jets play hard. Like, I give Aaron Glenn credit. You know, the block kick was crazy. You know, I saw NFL memes today. They were doing the, do you remember? And he's doing the gyrate and all that. It was cool. Unfortunately, it went the other way, and the Jets ended up losing. But moving forward with the Jets, I look at them and go, I don't know if it's just a weird franchise. I wouldn't have hired Aaron Glenn because I think the league is trending offense. But, you know, hey, I mean, sometimes you need a defensive guy to kind of fire up the troops and stuff. So we'll see what happens. And according to Tampa, they're going to win this division again. They just are. For years and years, it's always been kind of Tampa wins it one year, then Carolina, then Atlanta, then New Orleans for their run. But I feel like now when I watch Tampa, they're just well run. They got a swagger to them. They got that pirate in them. Excuse me. And listen, Baker's he's a gamer. He's a baller. He's got a chip on his shoulder about the size of the Grand Canyon. I'm all for it. So, you know, that's all I got on here tonight. Just to recap, Jets are going to be okay. They got a long way to go. Crazy how both New York teams are 0-3 this morning. Not a great September for them. But Buccaneers 3-0. Keep this momentum going. So, hope you guys are doing well. Manic Monday. Tomorrow I got pods throughout the week. Stay tuned. Hope you guys have a great night. Adios. Godspeed.